Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. I'm Yalek, and today is going to be Friday when this video is released. I have to work pretty early in the morning, and I know there's no chance I'm going to be able to do a video. I would like to, but there's just no way I'm going to be able to crank one out before heading off to work. So instead, even though I would like to do an imitation game video, I will do another of my mid-level strategy videos. This is actually my low-level account. Let me do an attack really quickly here, just because I messed up my timing on my, I messed up my timing on my 3 different accounts. This is my 3rd account, and so I got them out of sync. So accounts max level and level 38 are both ready to go first thing in the morning. I go after my supply chest, and with this account, now it's the mid-afternoon, so I'll need to get this synced back up again. And I'm doing this mainly because if I end up needing to train some troops, that way it can happen while I'm talking. Also, this account is in the same task force as my mid-level account, so yeah, let's get a look at this. So I can watch. I had posted the videos to our that's me, Boom Raider. I had posted those videos to our group chat, hoping that people would get a look at them, and well, at least one person is, so that's cool. Did that. I know, this is boring. I'm sorry, it bores me too, but eventually I'd like to get this account also sort of in that same. What we're going to do is right about there. We're going to do that. And then we're going to march right up into here. Hopefully the girls will have time. Not quite. So there we'll be doing the troop training, and then I can switch over to watching my Boom Raider videos. Yeah, so eventually I'd like to get that account, this account here, I guess, to the level. We'll mess around with all that later. I don't know why this is way off over here, though. That's stupid. But we'll look at that later. Anyway. Oh, that bugs the crap out of me. How come when you conquer a resource base... Alright. Conquered a resource base, it brings me back to the main screen when I exit, and right away you don't have this little tab over here to reinforce your troops. So either you can go into your base and reinforce your troops, or I went into my base and came back out and reinforced my troops. The tab reappeared, but immediately after conquering a resource base, the most annoying thing in the world. So there have been occasions when I conquered a resource base and forgot that I didn't, or went in, messed around with the defenses and stuff, forgot that I needed to train up troops, and yeah, hate that. Anyway, so without any further ado, so again, what I have been doing recently, I have been making great use of the Super Warriors. People don't learn. And what they tend to do, like this fellow has done, look at his base, and he's just stacked the back. He thinks he's preventing me from getting GBE, but he's got almost nothing defending this. And these Super Warriors heal up beautifully, so we're going to put this into 4x mode, and just watch. There is nothing happening to the Super Warriors. You can see the health bars disappearing in between volleys. They're healing themselves back up fully because those rockets just can't even touch them. Now at this point, I don't even know how much GBE I have, but I'm looking at this guy's base, and I know I can get over here to the side and just spam out critters like crazy. The Super Warriors are going to die over there pretty soon. We don't care. It doesn't matter. We're going to come out from under the smoke immediately. Critters. And then as you can see, are just Sparkies in the back, just popping them out as fast as I can get them out there, because those critters are just gonna run all over this base. This was, I think this guy's a level 42, which is, you know, fairly close to my level. So it's not the most embarrassing thing in the world, but I mean, you shouldn't be making it this easy for people. And I don't get it. Why do people think that stacking all the GBE to the back of their base is going to help them? Hopefully he watches that replay. He doesn't know about critters yet, I'm sure, because we're not at that level. Or maybe he does. He will be at that level pretty soon. Anyway, that base design is not going to work for very much longer for him. And it's certainly not working now, because we do have this this extra ability to grab up GBE stuffed at the back of the base like that. So yeah, he was a 42. This guy, actually, it's not so much a super warrior attack as I just went straight at him. He had a bunch of GBE up front, and I figured I could just, again, spam out the critters and let them run all over the base. This one ends up being a little tighter. He's a 45. He does have a Doom Cannon in there. A little bit more of a concern for the critters than the Grappler was on the last guy's base. A Grappler is just going to grab one critter at a time. That's nothing. Doom Cannon, the critters will overwhelm the Doom Cannon because of its firing speed, but it is going to zap quite a few of them at a time every time it does fire. But luckily it's not going to get too many shots off because it's so slow. Now, here I was starting to feel like things were getting a little bit thin. Chucked a Super Warrior out to slow that down, the rocket launcher, to the left, because there's a freeze effect when the Super Warriors attack anything. And so I don't believe I had the energy for a shock at that time. I got it back later. Maybe I did. Either way, I figured I could just slow it down because I was close enough that my girls would take it out pretty quickly. I think I would have. There was one heavy out there. There were some critters giving me cover fire, and then the Super Warriors distracting a little bit and letting my girls go to work. It's not usual that I go at somebody head on like that, but I figured it could work, and I believe that was my first go. I think all of these were my first go, actually. And here's another 45. So when I shared that in the chat, it said head on, no shenanigans. And then here's another 45, head on with shenanigans. Here again, the Super Warriors. You can just take one look at that and you know what my strategy is going to be if you've been watching any of these. Super Warriors over the top. In this case, I think I just went with the 1 and used the extra GBE to smash down the blaster. I figured I could do that in this case because I didn't have very far to walk, so I only need a couple smokes, and I'm going to try to get up to about here or so. And Super Warrior back there. I don't even know how much GBE this is giving me. I start with 50-ish, I want to say, on that account, but then I had to drop a bunch to kill the blaster. But I think that got me right back up to the level where I started, so that was, yeah, quite a bit. Here, again, it's going to be the critters. We're in the blind spot of 1 rocket launcher, yep. And we're just going to shock behind a little bit to slow some of those things while we get the critters out. And here already, I could flare back, which I ended up doing, but even a few seconds ahead of that, could have just flared back. Didn't even need to shock this. The critters were out there doing their job. The heavies were out front protecting the ladies. More critters on the way. This is overpowering people. This combination of, I worked really, really hard to get Everspark at the level where I am now, which is, I got her at maybe 35, 36, whatever. And it is paying off in spades because I'm just dominating some of these higher level bases. So if you can get Everspark, you get her as soon as possible. You're not always going to have these Super Warriors to to make your life easier. But again, I think Boom Beach will now be, or Supercell will now be, incorporating these extra abilities pretty regularly into the game. So I remember one of them is pretty cheesy, but the defensive turret that you can throw anywhere in a base, that one kind of sucked. I don't know that one would be giving you huge strategic advantages like this one is doing, like the cryo bomb did. I know the very long shock, you could hack a specific tower or shock a tower for up to 20 seconds. That could prove to be very helpful. So even, I mean, we will see the Super Warriors again at some point, no doubt, but even without the Super Warriors, there will be other things, and there will be other ways to take advantage of these really, really poor base designs. So anyway, that's it for today. If you like any of this, give me a like, drop a comment. Wish me well at work tomorrow. Have a good day.